Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of Bingo Bonanza, live from the double wide of everyone's favorite beauty professional, Hummel figurine collector, and bingo caller, Miss Richfield, 1981.
I'd like to tell a story of the prettiest of girls. It's me from Minnesota, in my heels and in my curls. Although my roots were modest, I was destined for the stage. My parents knew they had a star when at an early age. I did not say the word mama, I chose a different line. At just the tender age of 2, I screamed, "Oh, 69!" Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Bingo Bonanza! I'm your hostess, Miss Richfield, 1981, and I invite you to stay right where you are and let me bring bingo to you. Oh, it's gonna be a bonanza because we've got a live studio audience and prizes and the Richfield winner spinner and fun, and it's all because bingo makes it better. It really does! Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your balls and play. Now it's your turn, join with me. Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your balls and play. Grab your balls and play, now you. Grab your balls and play. Grab your balls and play. I can hear you. Grab your balls and play. Grab your balls and play, hey! Welcome to Hard On Bingo Bonanza. Look who I have. We have a cast change this week. We have a cast change. I have the old man here. The old man, that's Mr. Dusty. He's our friend. He's the old man of the house, and he's hanging out with me tonight. So we may have a cast change. You know, Mommy's got the wiener, so who knows who's going to show up tonight? Yes, I always have the wiener available in my wiener container, and it is actually a name brand wiener. It is an Oscar Mayer wiener. So anyway, I'm so tickled you came to join us this week. I bring you happy Heidi Hope and the friendly citizens and responsible merchants in Richfield, which is my hometown in Minnesota, baby. 4 below, but sunny. Richfield, Minnesota, where butter is a spice and gravy is a beverage. And look who's here, Louis. He decided to come and say hello, hello. He was sleeping in the living room earlier. We had a furnace fellow come in. That's, you know, nothing goes wrong with the furnace until it's cold. And then so he had that, and there was a dog here today. So he had a busy day. So he's a little tired and maybe a little cranky because, you know, Mommy's wiener is still wrapped, and he would like to unwrap that right now. But mostly, more than wieners, I got hard-ons. I hope you have your hard-on. I've got 4. Look at 2 up here, 2 down here, up and down, top and bottom. I got all my bases covered for hard-on bingo. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. That's coming up. You still got time. So if you haven't bought something special for that person in your life, whoever that is, and there's so many, it's more important than ever this year because we've all been isolated so much, well, with the chlamydia and all. So anyway, I'm tickled to have my wonderful studio audience here this week, and they are a spectacular group of people. I'm telling you, in fact, I just want to introduce them quickly, because I want to talk to each of them. I don't want to waste a lot of time. Look at them all. They're a good-looking bunch this week. Yes. And we don't usually make sure everyone's good-looking, but we felt like on Valentine's Day bingo, and this is our 49th bingo. So next week is our 50th. Big 50. I know. So if you're thinking, well, what should we buy? You know, I don't know what you buy for 50, but for the 50th bingo. But anyway, I'm so tickled. And Nick, you're coming to us from a cold weather climate, much like myself. You're in New Jersey, where it's a little bit chilly. And where is Lawrenceville?
It's like somewhere near Princeton, but closer to Trenton. But we'll say Princeton for the sake of this.
Right, for the sake of anyone really wanting to stop by and say hello. Yeah, you want to say Princeton, not Trenton. Sure. Exactly. So I'm so glad you're here. And he was famous. He was on the Prince Charming gay dating show, which we'll be talking about, no doubt. And then also, speaking of Prince Charming, we have Dennis and Paul.
Hey.
Who are both Prince. It's like two Prince Charmings in one. And they are friends of mine for, I don't know, how many years have we been friends? I mean, look at that picture behind you. That was taken years. Look at that. Look at me, how I look exactly the same. Isn't that something? I mean,
we have aged, unfortunately.
I'm glad you said it, because I was thinking it, and I think most everyone else was too, probably. But thank you for saying what the rest of us already had processed. Oh, listen to that. You don't have a little one back there, do you? Oh, that's our friends Chris and Mike and Hilda. And Chris and Mike and him. Now, hang on. Now, Dennis and Paul are calling from Westchester, Pennsylvania, but that's close to Philly.
Yes, right? Western suburbs.
So Western suburbs. So you're closer to Philly than you are New York, right? I mean, I think of Westchester, I think of New York.
Yes.
But that isn't the same, Westchester or whatever, is it?
No.
Not where all the Jews live. I don't think. Anyway, so okay, so don't go too far, because we have to say hi to Chris and Mike and Hilda and Morgan. And the wiener just went on the floor. I've got my own child to go with here. Hang on a minute. I gotta get the wiener with my foot. Here we go. Okay. So hi guys, thank you for joining us again.
Hi.
I'm so tickled you're here. And I'm just always in shock, Hilda, that you're the grandma. I mean, you don't look old enough to be a grandma. Is this your first grandbaby?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, you just must be in heaven. Not to mention the fact that you're in Atlanta, one of my favorite cities on earth. I love Atlanta. I'm hoping to come to Atlanta next fall. I bet it wasn't 4 below there today, was it?
No, it was 50.
It was how much?
50.
Okay, we're moving on. All right, so Rob and Ron. Hi, sweeties. How are you? You're also warm weather fellows.
Oh, it's a cold 55 here.
Oh, it's a chilly 55. Look at you. Oh my gosh. How are you buried with
my heart on grow?
You've got your heart on, and your heart on, it's like mine, it's flashing.
That's what we got to do.
But Rob has chosen a more of a solid heart on.
Well,
just more of a,
it's a sustaining one.
A sustain. Is that what we're calling it?
That's what we're calling it. Yeah.
Because I was going to say we didn't pin his in. Clearly, I don't know if you duct taped it in or what. But you're calling from Long Beach, California, which is another one of my favorite cities in the world. I know I always say every place is my favorite place, but Long Beach is another one of those great cities. And you know what the best part of Long Beach is? It's not LA.
It's not LA.
That's the best part of it. So you've been together 27 years.
Wow. Child brides.
Right? 27? Yeah. That's a long time. So that is fabulous. And I think of 27 years together. And then I think of Heather, all by herself, alone, in the North Tundra area, who's in Exeter. And Exeter, New Hampshire is a place where, I don't know what happened in Exeter, but I am so popular in Exeter. And some of the people who watch me, there's different people who watch me and they don't even know each other. I thought maybe it was a kind of a thing where everybody knew everybody, but that's not the case, right? I mean,
no, I know some of the people.
Right, but and you could be my future sister-in-law if I'm not mistaken, right? Because it's your brother Jared.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be talking about that. There's other facts about her life that are remotely interesting, but not as interesting as Jared. So anyway, and you've got a little puppy there.
I do, yes.
And
this is Arlo.
Look at Arlo. Oh, hold him up. Oh, he's cute. Oh my gosh, look how. Oh, Arlo. Oh, distinguished. Arlo looks like he could say something right in the middle of this. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for joining me, Heather, and thank you. And tell Jared to call me when his phone service is reconnected. He never has any money, that poor one, but I still adore him. So, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to bring Chris in because Chris is always my anchor, the person that keeps the whole thing together. You know what I'm saying? Lewis is here. I'm here. Dusty. We even have Dusty here this week. Eli is in Philly, and Eli does all our some of our art, not all of our artwork, but some of our great artwork that we have that's so creative and so fun, and also handles all of our chatting online. And then Joe is in Minneapolis, not just down the road from me, actually, just down 35W, about 10 minutes. And he handles all of our switching and all of this that makes us look so good. And then Chris, you're in Fort Lauderdale. Here we are in all these different cities.
No,
this is crazy. And without the chlamydia, we wouldn't even be friends. I wouldn't even know you.
Thank God for chlamydia. I know.
Cheers. Let's give it up for chlamydia.
Cheers to that.
Yes, there we go. You don't have your mug. What happened? You don't have your bingo mug.
Well, I've already drank through that one. I've moved on to the, I line them up because I can't leave during the show. So I have to line the mugs up.
I know. So, that's why I always use the Biffy really quick. And then I have the Jiffy Biffy, right? They have the Jiffy Biffy right here, but it's hard to use. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the support hose down and everything. We don't have a lot of time. So generally speaking, I try to go before. And so Chris, tell us now, I know we're on bingo 49.
That's right.
One away from the big 50th. But we always like to just review because we have new people every week. So just do a quick review of how this all works.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're joining us for your first time and you're watching on Facebook, you're going to want to hop over to playbingobonanza.com. You can watch and chat and play for a chance to win over there. And you get to play for free. And we're so generous. You get 3 cards to play 3 games. That feels like 9 chances or something like that to win.
Yeah. I can't do the math. But
I can't. It's not my strong skill. So, but if you win a Peace, Love, and Miss Richfield magnet, which, by the way, if you don't win, because only the first and the fastest wins, which could be you tonight. If you don't win, you can always get your own by going to missrichfield.com. That's not the only way you can get your own, actually, because it's all about peace and love and sharing. And so we love when people share bingo with their friends. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can just hit the share button, put some fabulous comment about why they should join you for bingo. Or if you're on playbingobonanza.com, you can hit share on Facebook, share it from there. At the end of the show, we're going to choose a winner who's going to also get a Peace, Love, and Miss Richfield magnet. And last but not least,
and those magnets, we actually are running low. Those are like a limited supply.
Limited edition. I feel like you could probably resell those on eBay for like a lot more than.
I don't even want to think about it. I know. Imagine.
So, I can only
be like the GameStop. They'll be talking about it on the news.
It could be the next GameStop with those magnets somehow. But that's only if you help share. And then that reminds me, one last thing. We do appreciate for those that can share, if you can give a little, because there are 5 of us to make it look this fabulous. You can do that by clicking at the bottom of your screen. You have dollar amounts, any amount that works for you. We're really grateful for. You can also Venmo Richfield Tips or PayPal me Richfield Tips. And if you're watching on Facebook, you'll see a link where you can click to go do that as well. I think we covered everything. Did we get everything?
It's so easy. I can't believe how easy we make it for people to donate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just, it makes me want to give. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's been a little slim pickings for me these days. But thank you so much for all of you who've donated. We do appreciate it so much. Some of you can't. We totally get that. But thank you for those that have just really been helpful. We'll talk more about that later. But first and foremost, Naomi is here again this week, and that kind of ebbs and flows a little bit. The weather is so cold, though, that she's actually in the neighbor's trailer next door because she usually sits right outside my slider, on the cinder blocks because I don't have a deck. I just have the cinder blocks. I mean, I'm going to get a deck at some point. But anyway, but not right now. And so she sits on the cinder blocks. Her friend, Yvonne Splinter with the Harley, drops her off and usually stays. Last week, Yvonne Splinter played the trombone. So we had the harp and the trombone. It was just too cold for Yvonne tonight. She dropped her off and then kept going. But she's next door at Buzz and Joanne Hovelson's place. So I have to call her, and I'm going to get her. Naomi, please come in, Naomi. Hang on a minute. I wonder if I don't have this high enough up. Naomi, I need you to start. We're going to start the first game. Could you start the first? Thank you. Over and out. 10-4. Breaker. Anywho, oh, that's fun. So it's bingo in any direction, by the way. That's what we're going to do. Bingo in any direction. We always start out with that. It's just an easy way to start out. It doesn't take a lot to figure out. You get 5 across on any of those lines, or 5 up and down on B, I, N, G, or O, or you get any of the diagonals. There's 2 diagonals. Now, don't forget, you get your free space. Don't forget, get your free space, okay? Because that means you already got one. Oh, look at this. Oh, they're already, you can see the balls coming down the chute. Here they come. And I want you to know I polished, because it is flu season, I did polish and wash all my balls for hard-on bingo and counted them as well, because last week, as you may recall, I did dump the ball thing over. I broke the ball. In fact, I have a different ball holder this time because I dropped the other one and broke it last week. So there are expenses in this. Yes, there are expenses. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, here we go. I got to get this right there. Now, Ruth has joined us again this week. The notorious RBG, always here to make sure we don't forget about her, because we're not forgetting about her. And she makes sure that we play fair. So I'm going to call the first number. If you have the first number, okay, you go, whee! Okay, and that means you're going to be lucky. You're going to be lucky for the rest of the time, okay? The rest. So it's 067, 067. Who's got it? Say, whee! That's right, 067. And it's bingo in any direction. I'd like to, tonight, start out talking to my friend Nick. I thought we'd start out with the cold weather people first, because I know the cold weather people could freeze right in the middle of this, and then, we wouldn't see them. Or look at that, Shannon McCarthy. But look at all the wheeze, all these Sherry. Hey, Sherry Brown, one of our nurses, is on here, and we thinking about our nurses, how much we. Oh, Brandon, hi, Brandon from Canada. I know that's how they spell we in Canada. Okay, I-25, everybody, I-25. So now, Nick, You're single? Are you single?
I've never had a Valentine, and this year won't be any different unless someone else wants to take me up on that.
Such a good-looking fellow doesn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Is it a boyfriend you'd be? I mean, you were on that gay dating thing, so I thought probably boyfriend, right?
Definitely boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Okay, I-21, which is what you might want to hear from a boyfriend, for sure. And so, Nick, you were on this show, this gay show, but what is it called? It was Finding Prince Charming?
Yeah, it was on Logo TV and VH1 for one episode, and then we got moved.
One episode?
Yeah, that's okay. It was the only important episode of the whole thing.
And was there more than one episode that they aired, or did they only air one?
Well, after I got eliminated, they moved it to the other network. So, oh well.
Did they really?
Yeah.
After you got eliminated?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
You could kind of say that you closed them down.
Sure, absolutely.
What year was that? How long ago? And 32. How long ago was that?
It was 2016.
2016. That was that long
Now, let
ago.
me tell you, the person that got me cast on the show was Chris Caputo's boyfriend. So Chris Caputo's like my sister-in-law.
Oh, that is just weird.
Yeah.
That's like, let's bring Heather on, because Heather could be my future sister-in-law.
Okay.
Because her brother and I really, what is that about your brother that I haven't seen him for a while, but yet it's just like every time we see each other, that's where you can tell if it's going to be a life partner or not. It's like when you meet them again, it's just like you never left. You know what I'm saying? And 46, or G, what is it? G46, everybody, G46. And now, and so you're single, right, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you're single.
That's why I put on my best Valentine's red for you. And for anyone out there.
And you look fantastic. You got all that interesting art behind you.
Thanks.
And then I feel like we're kind of at both ends of the spectrum. And then we've got our friend Heather, who just has one picture. And perhaps is it an artificial plant, or what is that on your? Or is it just stems? Or
Yeah, it's eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus. Oh, that's romantic. That'll help find a man. Yeah, everybody, the men are just up there. I bet they go crazy for eucalyptus. N34, N34, N34. Now, Heather, have you had a boyfriend?
Yes, but I don't have one right now.
You don't have one right now, but you've had one.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think Nick has to do to try to get a boyfriend? Because isn't he attractive?
Well, didn't you just say you hadn't had a Valentine?
I've never had a Valentine, ever. My Valentine is Chinese food and wings. That's my Valentine.
Even Ruth had a Valentine. I-24, and she was pretty busy. You know, she's a busy gal. I-24, but there's always time for love. There's always time for
Maybe
love.
she can teach me some things.
But you decided you want to be single right now, Heather. You just decided, and you're you work with eyes?
Yeah, yes.
And what do you do for eyes? G59. I wish I had an eye to go with that comment, but I don't. So what do you do? What do you do with eyes?
I help
You're in New Hampshire, right? New Hampshire.
Yep. So I just help people pick out glasses and go over their insurance with them, and I work at an eye doctor's office.
Oh, so you're not you're a doctor adjacent. You're not a doctor yourself.
Oh no, I'm not a doctor.
Oh, I love that though. I love that you work with doctors. That must be exciting, right? The doctors are very. Oh, 74. Oh, 74. You know, I don't know what Nick does. Now you work in an eye doctor's office. Nick, what do you do?
I am the Associate Dean of Students at Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey. So this is my office, actually.
I didn't know are there colleges in New Jersey?
Yeah.
I thought it was all oil refineries and that sort of thing. B7. But
we build to the oil refineries.
Always seems like a lot of on and off ramps and oil refineries and people coming and going, rarely staying. But people stay long enough to go to college.
Well, and I've been here my whole life. So I'm a Jersey born and bred, and probably to the day I die, Jersey guy.
Really? Now, is everyone
that was a nice
else?
little rhyme I did there for you.
Is everyone else in Jersey? Are they single, or are there couples in Jersey?
I mean, like, there's couples. They one of my good friends is in a couple, and he like grows vegetables and that kind of stuff. He's that kind
of New Jersey.
Yeah, oh, sure. The Garden State, baby.
I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was enough. That there was enough ground.
Ms. Richard, we're the Garden State.
Right. The Garden State. Yes. Oh, of course. When I think of gardening, I think of New Hampshire, where my friend Heather is from. She's in a chorus, you know. Oh, and it's a ladies' chorus of 200 ladies.
Yes. I
know. It's a shame. Do you like ladies? Are you a gal's gal?
No. Well, no.
Oh. Well, that didn't sound definite. Okay. So hold on just a minute, and you can think about your answer if you want to update us at any point. You know, we're fine changing answers in this, you know, but not for bingo. I mean, you can change answers about your personal life, but bingo, that's like much more serious than your personal life. So Chris, come in and tell us, now somebody already won bingo? Who won bingo?
That's right. So our friend Dan from Baltimore, Maryland won bingo.
Baltimore, Maryland?
Right.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like somebody who needs the cash. God, we got a wiener. Let's play that song.
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your balls and play.
Well, a congratulations goes out to our friend in Baltimore. And I've never been to Baltimore. Have you been to Baltimore?
I have not.
It's where Hairspray, you know, John, my friend John.
Yes, of course.
Yes. He wrote Hairspray, and it was all based on Baltimore, which makes me want to go to Baltimore more than ever. I love that place. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to tell folks is how much we appreciate when you donate, because it's so generous, and some of you are just week after week so generous with us. We appreciate that. Of course, we love first-time givers. So if you're out there and you haven't, and you feel so led, you know, it's the season of giving. 'Tis the season. You know what I'm saying? to think of us and send us not only love, but we're good if you just send us cash. In fact, even if you don't like us, you can just send us cash.
Yeah.
We don't even need the love at this point. Just cash, actually. So anyway, but we have some people who are so good to us. And,
That's right.
Right? I mean,
we have to thank our bingo boosters because they are the special group of people, especially, and we love them all and everybody who gives. We are so grateful, but we really have to give big thanks to those in our Golden Tiara Club. So these are the people that have really, consistently been there showing their love, giving us their heart on week after week, which we really appreciate, including Mark Scott from San Diego, Sherry Brown from Newport, Alan, I'm not going to try that last name. From
Mendelson.
Yes, you nailed it. It was a test for you. From North Salem, and then Gerard Bartolino from Houston. We have some more people. Who are they, Miss Richfield?
It's so generous. And, these aren't all the people by any stretch of the imagination, but we do try to pick out names as we go and people who consistently give and who are so generous. And thank you to Paul in Chicago. Thank you so much, Paul. And Mark in Minnetonka, Minnesota, where they first made the Tonka toys. They're in Minnetonka. And that's a beautiful area. John, thank you. New York, city I love. And Jean, of course, who's, it's like I want to say, she's bought all of the vowels in her name. Dover, we love Dover. Kieran from the Bronx, and I'm telling you, that is so generous. Thank you, Kieran. And we love the Bronx. I drive through it and usually pick up my speed a little bit, but I do see it as it goes by. And Joseph from Huntington Station, New York. I don't know where Huntington Station is. I should find out. But thank you guys so much. Thank you to all who give, everybody who gives. And if you didn't see your name this week, hang in there because we're just trying to name people as we get them in, and we just want to say thank you. We also want to remind you that we have bingo next week. It's kind of a big one because it's our big 5-0. We've done 50 bingos since the chlamydia started. 50. Wow. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't seem, in a way, it's weird though. In a way, it seems like we've always been doing it.
I feel like that.
Doesn't it? It seems like I've known you forever, and I haven't known you. I haven't even known you for a year yet.
You've only known me for 50 bingos.
For 50 bingos, which isn't a year, surprisingly. It'll be a year in the end of March, actually.
Yes.
We'll have known each other a year. And we appreciate, Chris really was there at the very beginning with us, helping us out. And and I know, go ahead, Chris.
So speaking of people being here, we also remind people that we love for them to be here on the show with us too, right? So they can... Right. So they can certainly email Miss Richfield live at gmail.com because we love for them to be a guest in our studio audience.
And so just think of it as Miss Richfield live, Miss Richfield in the live audience at gmail.com. And if Eli usually will be the one that gets back to you. Eli's so great and such a great, fun person. We love Eli on our staff. And so we want to say thank you to Eli for monitoring that. And then if you just want to say hi, you can just email that email and say hi to Eli. And anyway, and so please do that. And we're also going to be stay tuned. We're going to play 2 more games of bingo, but we have a special video presentation. And I haven't shown this video in years. It's one of the ones that I did for a show years ago. And it is one of my very, very favorites about a secret love that I have. So that's all I'm going to say is that. And then remind you, next week is Beads and Balls Bingo. Beads and Balls Bingo next Monday, celebrating Mardi Gras. That's what we're going to celebrate. So get out your beads and your balls and, I suppose a shirt that you can lift up because that's what you're supposed to do. Lift up your shirt and get the beads. So if you've ever been down there, it is crazy. And, Chris... Stream Ally is something that started. It was kind of an outgrowth of Bingo Bonanza.
It all started right here.
Owen and Matt, my manager, got going, and the two of you were like, we should help other people do their shows. And tell us about I know there's some new stuff going on.
That's right.
We love to tell people, if you like Bingo Bonanza, definitely consider this next idea.
That's right. So this upcoming Wednesday is Caption That. It's available both online at captionthat.live, or if you happen to be in Wilton Manors, you can see it socially distanced in person at Hunter's Nightclub. And it's got our good friend Varla Jean Merman, as well as TP Lords. It is a ton of fun. So come check it out. It's free to play. Just go to captionthat.live.
And I want to remind you all, that we have some, when I was saying we have some fabulous people on our show, two of my friends, Paul and Dennis, have followed me for years. And they had a recording, a little bit of, you've heard of being head over heels in love with someone.
Of course.
And actually, this is heels over head, actually, this particular. And so we see you, with the magic mirror, we see you in your good days and your bad days. We see everybody. And so we thought, well, why don't we show you a little bit of when I'm a little more head over heels or heels over head. So anyway, watch this. You'll love this. This is from Paul and Dennis. That was in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware at the Blue Moon, one of my very, very favorite places with Tim and Randy and the gang, now Magnolia. Back in the day, my dear friend Cashetta was there. God rest her soul. It's been gone almost 6 years now. It's crazy. So anyway, but so many good memories there, and that was certainly one of them. We'll talk to Paul and Dennis about that later, but I wanted to get out the magic mirror because we always take just a moment to say hello to people, and I want to say hello. I see my friend Larry on North Cherokee and Fountain is watching tonight, so I wanted to say hi to Larry. Oh, and Susan Amram Summit, who I went to elementary, junior high, high school with. She's watching from Richfield. And oh, look at all the people that are watching. This is what happens when I pull the magic mirror up. I also want to say hi to Jamie in Nebraska. And look at this, in love from, in DC. I love DC, one of my very favorite cities. In fact, the last city I had a live show in Orlando, Chris and Miss Veronica. And they are two beautiful people who've been on my show many times. They're on my holiday show too. Hey, Brandon, how are you? From good old Canuck up north. I can't imagine how cold it is there. It's -4 in Richfield. And Casey in Hamilton, Massachusetts. Hi, baby. And Paul and Kurt from Rochester, who are so faithful. They watch every single week. We appreciate that. Eric, my dear, how are you? Eric and Derek, I mean, please. Should get sweatshirts made. I mean, that's just darling. And then and look at, hi, Chris. Oh, all these friends. And Wendy, my friend Wendy, and Stella, and Jerry. And look at this, and hi, look at, Sapa, hi, sweetie, and Thomas from West something, and DC, and Baltimore, look at this, and Long Island into house, we love that, and Long Island, if you haven't been there, you gotta go. Ron, hi, Ronald, and Natalie, Natalie of Exeter, she sells light bulbs, if I'm not mistaken. And Chris from Hartsdale, and look at that, New York, all these people in these cold weather climates. This is how you stay warm, folks. You play bingo. Yeah, I mean, you may be miserable. Put a warm coat on and grab your balls and play. And try to get a hard on because it's this hard on bingo, okay? And Scotland, again, hi, John. Look at that, our true international star. Hey, John is from Scotland. He was on the show a while ago. We're going to have him back on Wellfleet. That's just down the road from Providencetown, where I spend the summer. I'm going to be at the Pilgrim House this year. Don't forget, we're going to be back in P-Town all summer long. Probably going to be outside again for a while. And look at that, a bingo virgin. Wow, you don't hear that often enough, really. So, and to see in the magic mirror, we see everyone. And I want you to know if you're out there. Oh, look at that happy. Oh, look at all the, hello. And Niagara. We love Niagara. And somebody else freezing in Minnesota. So in DC, every place is cold. Even, and they're cold down south and it's just 50 degrees, but it's like 0 when you're used to, in Southern California. Look at Mark. So I want to say too that, this crazy pandemic, the chlamydia 19 is still among us. And I know some of you are out there trying to get the shot. You're trying. In fact, what I've done is I've even bought my own. I have my own syringe. just so that I'm ready to go at any point in time. See, I bought this syringe, so I'll be ready to go when they call me and they have the vaccine. So maybe you're like me and you're not going to get the vaccine for a little while and you're still inside, you're still kind of down, or maybe you lost your job, or maybe you're not feeling good and you don't know why, and this is a bad time to not feel good. Anyway, we see you and we appreciate you watching, and you're not alone. Okay, you're not alone. Thanks to this, we can be together. So if you're feeling lonely, log on, see the other shows, go see my friends at Caption That on Wednesday, and stay connected and call someone or text someone and let them know you're lonely or you're sad, okay? Don't try to do it on your own. Don't be brave. Just talk to somebody, okay, if you feel a little troubled. All right, that's what the magic mirror says, and the magic mirror is always right, okay? So I want to now go on to our next game, and the next game is kind of a cool one. We always do kind of a theme for the next one, and that goes along with our theme, and it is L is for lovers, okay? And we're only going to be calling, as you can see, N's, G's, and O's. N's, G's, and O's. You're going to go all the way down the N column. So you're going to use the free space, just like you usually do. And then you're only going to need the bottom two to make the L for lovers. You still get 3 cards, okay? You get 3 cards. So use your 3 cards and your free space, okay? I'm calling Naomi right now. Naomi, I'm just trying to get her on horn. Naomi, can you please play the, can you? Thank you. Try not to play when I'm talking next time. Okay, thank you. Anyway, she's over next door, kind of catty corner, actually, not right next door. Oh, I'll put that over here because I got to get my bingo cage going over here because it is L is for lovers, okay? So let me get some balls together, but remember, it's just N, G's, and O's, okay? N's, G's, and O's. That's it. And we're going to start tonight. When I think of lovers, I'm going to think of Paul and Dennis. So Paul and Dennis, come on, and let me talk to you for a moment.
Hey.
First of all, thank you for filming me at the Blue Moon and capturing that. A lot of people don't know that the Blue Moon has sort of an elevated stage that isn't very tall. It's maybe only like a foot tall or 18 inches tall. And it's separated from the back wall. So when I fell back, I not only hit the screen and knocked the screen down, but I fell between the wall and the stage. So me and the table and the screen, we fell in this little space between the wall and it was crazy. Anyway, N38, say we if you've got it, wee, because that's lucky. That means you're going to have a lucky game, okay? So we're just calling. Remember, we're making the letter L. So we're only calling N-G-O, just the last 3 letters of bingo. And we're going to also go with 072. 072. Now, guys, were you in Rehoboth Beach? Do you live there part of the time, or were you just visiting?
We do, and like a professional, you didn't miss a beat. You kept every single letter in that song, and
isn't that something? Even the E, it was a little late. It was a little tardy, but at the same time, it was done with such meaning. You know, it was almost like I meant to fall off the table. 068. 068. If I didn't scream in the middle of that, it would have looked like it was all planned.
You always warm our hearts unless we're laughing too hard.
That was crazy. That was so much fun. And the Blue Moon, they're still doing shows. Now, they can only get like 40, 45 people in, but they're still doing shows. I'm going to be there probably at some point they're going to do Sunday bingo brunch. So I'm going to pop in there. G59. My friend Magnolia is there, and she runs things sort of now with Roxy, fabulous Roxy. So many talented people down here. Anyway, and so guys, do you still go there on vacation, or
we have another house there?
So you have a house in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and a house in Rehoboth Beach.
Yeah.
And all of that valuable art on your wall behind you. I don't know where you all get the money. G53. And how long have you two been at it?
24 years.
Oh, it's too bad we didn't announce you first. We announced Rob and Ron, so the 24 doesn't sound quite so great. Well, let's get Rob and Ron on for just a minute. Rob and Ron, come on, if you could, please. Isn't that something? These lovebirds, these other lovebirds, haven't been together quite as long as you. Almost. G54, G54.
That's okay, you know.
Well, since we're talking about love, we have to find out how everyone got together because that poor Nick, was on television as a single person, and even a television show couldn't link him up with anybody. I know. And then Heather lives up in the middle of nowhere, so there's probably no hope for those two. But other people. So now we have to find out, Rob and Ron, how did you two meet? G50.
Well, in the old days, it would be just the rotary phone would have been the one. So
Right. And so were you like on a call line or something?
yeah, we were on a call line.
G60.
It was the old call lines back then, so that's how we met. I was living in Carlsbad, and Rob was living in San Diego. He was commuting there, and I was commuting from Orange County down to there.
Wow. And so you could hear each other talking, but you couldn't see each other.
Yeah, that's correct.
But what I'm dying to find out is what made you, when you were on the phone, because I think now, kids talk about the phone, hooking up on the phone, but you can see the other person usually, see a picture or something. But when you did it, you just were on the phone, right? So what was it? Yeah. What was it that, Rob or Ron, either one of you, what was it that made you go on that date?
It was his voice.
Hold on just a moment. G46. Yeah, what was it now?
It was his voice. He had a nice voice. So I thought, well, it's a nice deep voice.
He hasn't said it's interesting because he hasn't said a thing so far. I know. But maybe he used it all up just getting your love.
He did. It was just
he hasn't said another thing since.
All gone. It's all gone. Then he showed up with, long flowing hair, and that's what 27 years does. So
I had
hair then. He showed up with hair?
I had hair.
Well, he had hair.
Back 27 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
For a brief time, I had hair.
So Paul and Dennis, 3 more years, you could
look
like that could be you right there. So 065, which isn't so bad, I might add. Not so bad. 06, not complaining here. 065, everybody. Remember, it's the letter L, and we're just calling N's, G's, and O's, okay? Just N's, G's, and O's because L is for lovers. Now, Paul and Dennis, how did you two meet? G51.
A mutual friend introduced us out at Woody's in Philadelphia.
Woody's? I've been to Woody's in Philadelphia. Oh, Woody's is a fun place. I hope they're still hanging in there. Is they still in business even with this crazy?
I think so.
They're still around.
Are they still around? It's so tough. I mean, it was tough. Bar work was tough, even, with all the kids on the phone. You used to go out to meet people.
Yes.
And now the kids don't really go out to, I shouldn't just say the kids.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Everybody doesn't really go out to meet people anymore like they used to, 064. So, of course, I asked Rob and Ron, what was it that they said that, and he said it was his beautiful voice, which we haven't heard yet. But what was it for you guys when you saw each other, when you met each other? What was it? What was the first thing, Dennis, that you saw in Paul that you said, I think, I want to see this guy again?
He was a cutie.
And 31.
He still is.
He was what?
He was a cutie. He still is.
Oh, boy, that was a close save. That was close. I know. We were all thinking that, weren't we? Oh dear, how are we going to dig ourselves out of this one? He was good looking in his day. Yes, and 42, and so that's how it works. That's fantastic. Now, hang on, don't go anywhere because we're going to bring Chris and Mike and Hilda and Morgan in to show you what real love can look like, because it's not just that selfish, me that you homos celebrate. This is like a child. Now, I don't know how you did this, and I don't know if we really want to know how you did this, but how did you do that?
We had a very nice surrogate in Texas who helped us out.
Oh, a surrogate in Texas. And you guys are in Atlanta.
Yeah, so we had to drive to Texas and for her birth for a month, and then we drove back.
A whole month? Really?
We didn't want to miss it in case she came early.
Yeah. And isn't that something for a whole month? I mean, I think that's amazing, you know? And then Grandma, were you there too?
I did. Excuse me. I flew in about 2 weeks later because I couldn't do a whole month there.
No, not in Texas.
2 weeks, and then I got there in time, and Morgan was born like about 3 days later, so it was perfect. It was just
63. Where was it? Where in Texas?
El Paso.
Oh, El Paso. Ooh, that sounds interesting. So, but you're in Atlanta.
Right.
So how'd you find out about? Isn't this interesting, guys? Now, I'm thinking these other homos over here want to have children too. You know, you never know. What about Dennis and Paul?
Oh, there's still time. Yeah,
we have plans.
You've only been together 24 years. I think for Rob and Ron, that may have passed. That time may
We actually
You've already lost all your hair. I know. So 062, everybody. Well, I'm so excited that Grandma, you have a grandbaby. That is pretty exciting. And your only grandbaby.
Yes, she is. Yes.
From your homo son. How crazy is that?
And then Mike's my son-in-law, and it's just really amazing to be here and watch Morgan grow. So I get to see her pretty much every day. So.
And how old is Morgan now?
14 months. Yeah.
14 months. Okay, so that's over a year if I'm doing the math right. And 37, something like that. What's that? When's her birthday?
Oh, November 22nd.
Oh, November 22nd. She's kind of a Thanksgiving baby. G47. That is so great. And tell me now, boys, the other boys now, you don't have any children, do you? From previous relationships or anything like that? Rob and Ron or Paul and Dennis?
Not that we know of.
We're barren.
Hey, now hang on a minute. Let's bring Nick in for just a second, because I was just thinking, Nick, if you can't find a partner, maybe you could be a son. I'm thinking Paul and Dennis are loaded. They got homes all over the world. And I don't know about Rob and Ron, but I was going to call it B. Hang on, we can't call it B. Then we're not doing B.
Driving distance.
N35. Exactly. You're not that far away, right?
No,
You said you're near Trenton, and they're near Philly. I'm just saying.
There you go.
I would find love however you can find it at this point. At this stage of the game, it might have to be sloppy seconds or thirds. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. G57, G57. You know what I'm saying? But the most important thing is you're happy. And I think Nick is happy. I think Nick's having a good time in life. And I think there's something to be said for that, because look, you can hang whatever art you want to in your house. When you're not connected with anyone, you can put up whatever you feel like putting up. I mean, look at the art he's got on his wall. Now let's just look at Nick. Oh, there's a bingo. Oh, for crying out loud, it's rolled a bunch of balls out. So look at the bingo. Look at the beautiful bingo. Isn't that nice? So you should see, let's look at Nick's art though. You just have to look at Nick's art. I mean, this looks like a single person's apartment to me. I look at that, and it's movie posters and pictures. It looks like, is that a picture on the wall of you on TV?
No, that's me with Hillary right over there. And then I planned the concerts and stuff for the campus. So that's me with A Boogie. And I put on a Kelly Rowland concert once. So that's
okay. You lost me with the rest of it. But the Hillary thing, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to find out who won bingo, and you're going to go get that picture of you and Hillary, because I wish I had a picture. I wish I had met Hillary. I never met her. I was
close. You want me to bring it to the screen?
Yeah, so you have to go get it. Okay. But we're going to find out from Chris. Chris, who won bingo?
So it is David from Minneapolis that won bingo.
No way!
Yes.
Hot dog, we got a wiener right here at home. I love it!
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, don't you grab your balls and play.
grab your balls and play. How about that Minneapolis, baby? See, you can live in cold weather and still be active, still be doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, Chris, our 50th bingo is coming up on Monday, the day after Valentine's Day. Hey, you've got a big Valentine's Day coming up. You've got a partner.
That's right. I'm very excited to have a very romantic Valentine's Day with my partner.
Here's my lover right here. Hello.
And he loves your wieners.
What's that?
And he loves your wieners.
Yes, he does. He does. He loves my wieners. And you know, you can't. That's a sign of true love. If they love your wiener, then that's a good sign. You know.
That's how I know I found my true love.
Is that the same thing as me and Lewis?
See.
You see, it can be true love can happen. So I want to know how long you've been together with your beautiful partner.
So officially it's like a year or 2 years, and that's all I'll answer about that.
Oh, a year or 2 years?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Oh, so if you don't have an anniversary, then Valentine's Day is super important.
That's right. That's right.
Because Valentine's Day is love for everybody, right? I used to get my mom something for Valentine's Day.
Aww,
you know,
that's very nice.
Right? You should get your mom something, Chris.
I should. Yes.
Yeah, your mom
she likes booze. Her and Naomi are like besties. I think they probably hang out actually.
She probably knows. Yeah, a lot of people know Naomi. Yeah,
yes.
Naomi.
They hang in the same crowd.
I'm gonna give them a little
crowd.
Yeah, so that is so exciting, and we also want to remind people too that if you want to donate to our cause, it's always a good thing to donate between games, and we're going to play one last game tonight, so don't go anywhere. We want to remind people that it can be at Richfield Tips. You can do PayPal. We try to make it easy as we can.
It's a good time to say thank you for those that have shared bingo. We have a whole bunch of new people that are here with us today, and that fills our heart with warmth. We appreciate that. We love everyone that shared, but we have to announce our winner, who is from...
Who is our winner?
It is Mike from Rehoboth Beach.
Mike from Rehoboth Beach, congratulations! I think I might know Mike from Rehoboth Beach. I know a Mike who likes to watch the show, Mike and Tony. I don't know if it's the same Mike. Look at this. I don't think we've ever had both cats on the screen at the same time. Look at this.
You got a lot of wiener.
They're both here. They're both loving the wiener. They're loving the wiener. Isn't that great? Hi, we got the old man up here. He's doing so well. There we go. Oh wow! Now that it could be a cat fight in the middle of this whole thing. So that is so great. Thank you, Mike. And we'll be sending him a little. Look at this. We'll be sending him something special, a magnet, a Miss Richfield magnet. Which reminds me, you know, we are expanding our store, and we have got some really fun stuff that I wanted to show you all. Let me just get a little bit more, a few more. There we go. I just want to get a few more wieners out for the cats. There we go. And then I just got to show you a couple things we're working on, just so that you can see how much fun it's going to be for shopping at the Miss Richfield store. Look at this. We've got, look at this fun book. It's just a little tablet. It's just like a little line tablet, but it has my picture on the front. And then, so we've got that. And then I look at this fun coffee cup with the Miss Richfield design. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a beautiful coffee cup too. And we did one with the bingo. We did one with the bingo logo. And we also did bags. And these come in 3 sizes. And they're just a really fun tote. And look at it, it's got the cat on there. Isn't that fun? It says, "Good night from Richfield." Got the little kitty, and actually that is really a pose that he takes, sharpening his claws when I haven't shaved my legs. And that happens in the wintertime sometimes when mommy doesn't shave her legs, right? And you get confused and think it's a scratching post. Anyway, but the most important thing is we're going to be, that's going to be coming up soon. So save your money because we're going to be doing that. And then I also wanted to say that a lot of you know that I haven't necessarily found love necessarily. I have and I haven't, in my life. But I wanted you to know that I have a secret love that I haven't talked about very much. And because it's hard on bingo, I decided to reveal this tonight. So if you will, roll the tape. Once I had a secret love that lived within the heart of me. All too soon my secret love became impatient to be free. So I told a friendly star, the way that dreamers often do, just how wonderful you are, and why I'm so in love with you. Now I shout it from the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils. At last, my heart's an open door, and my secret love's no secret anymore. Now I shout it from the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils. At last, my heart's an open door, and my secret love's no secret Now you know! Now you know who my secret love is. Oh, I bet it's a secret love for some of you too. Oh, goodness sakes. Well, we have to start our last game, okay? And it's going to be an easy one. The last game. Look at that. And I'm getting nice comments. Oh, even the Canadians like it. Thank you. And then hi from Richfield. Criminy. I wonder if I could just look out the window, see him. So I do have to call Naomi. Naomi, I can kind of see my neighbor's house, and it looks kind of dark over there. Hello, are you still there? Anyway, it's going to be bingo, the four corners of bingo. Now, the four corners, we're just going to call B's and O's, okay? Just B's and O's. And so, Naomi, please come in. Please come in, Naomi. Okay. Thank you. You can call Yvonne to come pick you up now. Over and out. 10-4. Okay. Oh, you want to say hello to Naomi? Hello. Anyways, coming back, there's still wieners left. So I have rolled out in order here, just B's and O's. So this is going to go pretty quick because you only need one in each corner. So B's and O's, that's it. 4, you don't need all 5, all right? Just in the corners. B15. And I want to talk to Heather, if she's still with us. Are you still there, Heather?
Yeah.
There she is. And how is your mom doing, Heather? Heather has a mom who's a big Miss Richfield 1981 fan who has been so gracious. When I used to perform in Portsmouth, and when I did, you saw me in Agunquit, Maine, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and what was that last one? Arundel.
Yes.
Arundel, Maine, I think it was, and which was near Kennebunk. And we had a great time, but they traveled all over. I mean, that was Arundel was like an hour away for you. 70. And we're teasing you about not having a boyfriend, but you have a fabulous career and you're busy singing these days, which I think is wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like that's like me. I'm so busy performing and being fabulous. Who has time, right? And plus, and not only are you talented, but your dog is talented. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
So tell everybody. Now I know a little secret about your dog. B13. Tell everybody what your dog just did.
So Arlo played Sandy in a local production of Annie.
So Arlo played Sandy, and Sandy is a girl dog, if I'm not mistaken, in Annie. So it was a transgender sort of a thing the dog did, which was amazing, right? The fact that you can be a man and play the part of a woman, right? I mean, that's just crazy, right? That's just weird. That's weird. That's like something only a dog could really pull off. B8, everybody. So, and now you have to catch me up on what my future husband, Jared, is doing right now. What's he up to?
He is still working on the podcast that he has been working on, and then he's starting a new podcast.
What's the new podcast?
It's about
73. What's the new one?
It's about space and science fiction movies and books and things like that.
Because bring Nick back on, because Nick does a podcast too.
I do.
I'm thinking, I don't know, Nick, I don't know if you like girls, but I feel like you and Heather are like
no, Heather, I mean, you can buy me dinner, but no, it's not going anywhere else.
Well, but Jared, wait till you meet Jared, actually. Although Jared likes girls, so I've got a better chance with Jared. But you do a podcast too. Tell them what your podcast is.
do. I do a pro wrestling podcast. Can you imagine that? This gay guy from Jersey doing pro. Listen, maybe this is why I'm still single. But fun fact about me.
That you do a podcast with pro wrestling. 065.
And it's Jared, not just about the guys rubbing up on each other, Miss Ridgefield. That's not the reason.
But what about the, I do need to find out though, what is it now? Jared does his on science fiction movies? What does he do?
And books. So he's just starting it. He's recording the first episodes now. So it's not
Well, make sure I get information so I can, do a call in or something like that, I probably won't read the book, but I'll watch the movie. 074. I'm too busy living life, be reading about it. You know that. 074. This is the last game, folks. And it's just bingo. It's just the four corners. So look at who came for the tail end of this whole thing. Isn't Lewis just fantastic? I mean, talk about just a showbiz cat, So the wrestling thing, though, how do you do a podcast about wrestling? Like, don't you have to watch wrestling or?
Yeah, so I'm missing Monday Night Raw for you, Miss Ridgefield. Can you imagine? That's how important you are.
But how does the podcast work then? Before we're done, we hope he'll explain what he's talking about.
So you watch the shows, The Week in Wrestling.
What's the address so people can find out the name of it? So it's
on pwtorch.com, a VIP site. So go VIP and you can listen to my podcast or check out, on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. You can find some episodes.
Oh, is that it? PW Torch?
pwtorch.com, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And that's the name of this. And then you just talk about wrestling?
Yeah, well, The Week in Wrestling. So I've watched all the shows, read the backstage mechanisms, and then talk about it.
A lot of homos interested in that sort of thing?
You'd be surprised, yes.
Absolutely. I would be surprised. I'd be surprised if anyone was interested in that. But the most important thing is that you're happy. We have to bring everybody in because we're going to celebrate the last hard-on. There they are. Look at all the people. Look at them all. I mean, it is a really interesting group. I mean, Paul and Dennis with their video and all their houses all over and their money, and Ron and Rob, who are growing old together, and Mike and Chris and Hilda and beautiful Morgan. I'm so glad you brought Morgan along. And Chris, raise your hand. You look like you're wearing a really fabulous headpiece. I don't know if you knew that or not, but it really, I mean, Mother, yours looks good, but Chris's is better. So anyway, and we have to find out from our Chris who exactly won.
So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news because only the first bingo wins. And
there was a lot of people probably that got
including Chris, Mike, and Hilda. They were one of the winners, but they weren't fast enough.
Oh no! That's because they have children.
I know, it's a puppy. They always way down. They're way down.
Oh, we should. Oh,
So
that's sad.
It's Debbie from Rochester that's faster and has no kids.
And Rochester, what?
New York. Rochester, New York. That's right.
I'm going to be in Rochester, New York next fall, or maybe.
Oh, you'll have to see Debbie.
It might. No, it's in May. It's May 8th. Or well, anyway, hot dog. We got a wiener. I'm going to be in Rochester.
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, won't you grab your balls and play?
I want to thank you all so much. If you want to make a last-minute tip, a last-minute donation to me, I would appreciate it. So would my team. There's 5 of us that are cranking this out. Come and join us next week for Bingo 50, which is beads, balls, and bingo, celebrating the fabulous Mardi Gras. So it's going to get crazy. Lift your shirt. And then I also want to thank my wonderful audience. Oh, thank you so much, Paul and Dennis. I love you guys. I'll see you guys around, okay? Look for me. We'll see each other. And then Rob and Ron in Long Beach, I'm going to come and visit you. I love your city. It's not L.A. And Mike and Chris and Hilda and Morgan, come and see us again. You're just adorable. Nick, you're going to be single for the rest of your life. Heather, say hi to my future boyfriend. Let's spell it. Everybody, here we go. Are you ready? L. At me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. D is very, very extraordinary. E is even more. Yes, one that you adore. Love was made for me and you. Ooh, love was made for me and you. I love you all. Good night. We'll see you next week at Beads, Balls, and Bingo. Thank you guys.
It makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, won't you grab your balls and play?
Now it's your turn. Join with me.
Bingo makes it better, it makes everything okay. From facial sores to civil wars, black plague to tooth decay. Bingo makes it better, it can heal the world today. For help with all our problems, won't you grab your balls and play?
Grab your balls and play. Now you.
Grab your balls and play.
Grab your balls and play.
Grab your balls and play.
Grab your